Hi guys, Nadia will be joining us in a sec. She's just around the corner. Feeling very flat tonight. Sorry about that. So my throat is a bit sore, so I'm not going to be up to pub singing. How are you all? I'm just trying to find you all on our channel so I can see everything you say. Evening again, Emma Gillard. Have you been listening to Maddie? Yeah, head over. If you don't fancy listening to us, go and listen to Maddie on Instagram. Or if you can do both, do both. She's doing a lovely live sing-along on her Instagram feed. And the thumbnail for this is me looking at the absence that is Nadia. We've just had CNN on, and it's getting quite sort of stressful, isn't it? The way everyone's sort of dealing with things and talking about things. Just had Steve Mnuchin on, and it's just a bit antsy everywhere, isn't it? But
Hi everyone.
Nadia's got some interesting news from Sweden.
Well, yes, Sweden. I was just reading. Sweden are going for the similar approach that our government did until they realised that was going to be catastrophic.
Yeah.
They're not going to do lockdown. They're not doing social distancing.
Which is what we thought Boris was doing.
They are going for herd immunity whilst protecting the elderly and the vulnerable, because they're very reluctant, aren't they, in Sweden, to make people do anything.
Yes.
But they say that just naturally people have, without being told to, are socially distancing about 50%.
Right.
I reckon. Like on the tubes, everyone's sitting far away from each other. But all the shops are still open, the bars are still open, everything.
Are they?
They think because a really big proportion of Swedish people live alone. So they're saying they haven't got the same issues as, say, they do in Italy, where intergenerational families
I see, so they're all
live
quite isolated.
Yeah, so they're saying, let's see. I mean, I hope it works for them, but there's a lot of concern that they'll have to do a U-turn, rather like our government did when they're suddenly faced with tens of thousands of people in chronic.
It's interesting though, because when we thought, and lots of people thought, that the UK were going to do something similar, lots of other states were talking about the fact that they were going to sort of almost marginalise Britain, and that we would become marked as an unclean, in inverted commas, country. So it'd be interesting to see not only how it works for Sweden, but how Sweden is then viewed by the rest of the world. Because I don't necessarily think that'll stack. There is this feeling that unless everyone does the same thing, in a sense, is Sweden then going to be the anti-vaxxers of the world?
No, they want to hang on. I mean, they want to have the vaccine, but they want to try for herd immunity until a vaccine comes along.
Right.
Another bit of interesting news, Matt Hancock said today, Health Minister.
And he's out now.
He's out, right?
Okay. Why are you shocked by that? Isn't it 7 days?
He was tested last Thursday and he was tested positive and now he's back out.
And it's supposed to be 14 days.
Well, I think it's 7 days unless you live with other people.
Absolutely.
My God, it's all so bloody confusing.
Yeah. Look, Lorraine Muri, last day in quarantine, in Algeria.
Yay! But I suppose you still can't go out because everybody's got to stay in.
Yeah, that's what I mean. So when people say we're out of quarantine, I suppose people are you meaning, Laurie, that
you can see other people.
Lorraine, you're out of a room, in a sense. Hi, Daisy Collins.
Thank you, Connor. It's meant to be 14 days, and yet our health minister is out after 7.
Oh, look, there's Diane. There's Nanny Di.
Hi, Diane.
Hey,
how are you?
How are you guys? We're going backwards rather than forwards. Yeah, well, we've called this, it feels like 2 steps forward and 4 steps back, Mum. It really does.
Can you believe that Matt Hancock is out on the podium? And interestingly, he's talking about, which in one way makes me feel good, but in another way makes me feel worried about where the world is going, in that people may be given certificates who are clear from it. Well, I think you can just see it. You're only allowed to go somewhere if you've got a bloody certificate. What is it next to a barcode in our arm?
Lots of people asking if we did the clap for carers. Yes, we absolutely did. We were having a technical nightmare, which almost got in the way of us being able to just genuinely enjoy it. We wanted to go live,
and we couldn't go live because there was something going weird with YouTube. But we did it. It was very moving again. Actually, I think there were even more people clapping in our area.
Yeah, it was much louder this time than last. So what was the thing I was going to say? No, this idea of being marked.
7 days for a person who has symptoms, 14 days for a person in house, as takes 7 days to show the symptoms. There you go. See what I mean?
What?
It's weird.
Oh, I'm so confused. Every time people say, it's just like one size fits all. Just say 14 days to everything.
Do we think we could be in lockdown until June? Who knows?
April, May, June.
We just can't
We just don't know, do we? We just don't know. I mean, the problem is that the numbers are going up, but this is to be expected.
They did say they would.
You know, if you think when I have a
deaths.
spiral... Now, where I'm going to be interested in looking at the death numbers is from next Monday or next Tuesday, which is when lockdown was officially instigated. Yeah?
Right.
So if I'm hoping to start to see a drop on the curve from next Monday or this Monday coming.
They said on Monday and Tuesday that they expected deaths to go up because they're coming from 3 weeks ago.
Yeah.
But infection to come down and admission into hospital come down, and that is the case.
Yes.
And that's how you flatten the curve, isn't it?
Yes.
So I don't know if it was the same today. Have admissions gone down today as well?
I don't know.
Because they did the last 2 days, and that would be good news,
Yeah,
wouldn't
that
it?
would be good news.
Mark's got good news.
Yes.
We said this in the members live earlier.
Yeah, well, there is chatter that I think it's
was in the Independent
Minnesota.
today.
It's in the Independent paper online.
Pittsburgh.
That's right. The university they've trialed a vaccine on mice and it's worked, and it's cured the mice of the coronavirus within 2 weeks, or created antibodies to fight it within 2 weeks. And they've gone through the FDA and they've got approval to do human trials, I think, within 2 months. Now, all of that is very exciting, but we all just have to...
At least it's a bit of light.
It is a bit of light, but the thing that I think I'm struggling with is no one wants to tell us how long it's going to be, and yet they've all got a pretty strong sense of how long it's going to be. I don't see how any economy can continue if we're in total lockdown for 3 months or more. I mean, they've done as much as they can to try and sort of cradle us for 3 months. What happens then? Is it just like the Wild West?
Well, what has to happen is the testing.
Yeah.
It's like Boris suggests the only way to work out this coronavirus puzzle is with the test. Now, I'm getting really, really cross with them about the tests because, first of all, I get that these chemicals, tritigen or something, are very difficult to get hold of because the whole world wants them, the chemicals that you need to do the test. I get that there have been, in other countries, they've used TestSmart, I read this today, that have given false negatives and false positives, right? So where we might think in other countries they're doing loads of tests, they're not doing the right test. Right. So they are being meticulous about it, the government, or is that just propaganda? We don't know. But what I'm sick to death of is, again today, they've told by the end of the month, 25,000 people, but they keep telling us this. Every day they tell us something about the test.
Rachel says, I feel like they keep just bullshitting about the test.
Yeah, and now I just don't feel like I believe them anymore. It's really pissing me off.
Well, Andrew Neil, who I'm not a big fan of his politics, but he's a very sort of terse and investigative journalist, isn't he? And he went nuts saying, they keep promising 30,000, they keep promising 3,000 ventilators and all this sort of stuff. And apparently he said there's something like 30.
Hi, Katie Johnston.
There's 30.
30 what?
I think ventilators. He was talking about some element of the kind of, the equipment that they're supposed to be getting in. The government are pronouncing 30,000 as the number, and the literal numbers that are coming in are 30. I've also got another issue. A lot of kit is coming in from China. And I'm not for a minute suggesting that there isn't a global attempt here. But if we can't trust the figures and the statistics, as most people are saying we can't in China, the more unofficial statistics through US spying agencies and all of the sort of analysis and intelligence, the intel coming into America is that about 42,000 Chinese died in the Wuhan epidemic. That's what locals are saying on the ground. That's what evidence is saying on the ground. So if we can't trust that side of things, I don't particularly trust kit coming from there. Cool. I don't want to sound sensationalist, but I really don't. And there was some kit did arrive. A load of kit arrived in this country, and it was unusable. I think was it Holly you said last night? It was unusable because it was infected
with coronavirus. Yeah.
I don't
know. Worry, we're going to get to a point where we cheer up a bit.
Well, but I know that
a lot of you like to have a bit of a rant with us about it because I think we do feel like I'm sick of the press briefings where they tell us, Beth T, the press briefings are doing my head in. Why are journalists asking so many questions at one time? Why are they not pulling politicians up when they don't answer the fucking
Totally agree, Beth.
Thank you. That was what I put out on my Instagram this morning. My first story was, just tell us.
Just tell us.
Without that bloody waffle, what the hell is going on with the tests?
Yeah.
If you can't get them for another month, tell us that.
Yeah.
Because for us, it's it's our pinhole of light. We need to know when we can get tested. Thousands of us.
Janet Smith,
have
4
probably
out
had
of 5 tests didn't work in the tests. The equipment
Yeah, but
coming
that's
in
in other
isn't
countries.
great.
That's
No,
in
that's
other countries.
Spain. Yeah, apparently the COVID-19.
Yeah, that's why they're being really careful. So I do appreciate that, and I do, and
Yeah.
I think the government have to understand how thoroughly frustrated we all are with it.
Yeah. Contrary evidence is, you're right, Emma Gillard. We've been sent this link. Apparently, the COVID-19 has been taken off the high infectious disease list. And yet, at the same time, they're talking in America about the possibility, that thing that your friend Ramsey or someone said, it's the high infectious disease list. It's been taken off it. And yet, at the same time, you've got this hysteria, which is kicking off in America now, where it could be transmitted by breath and air and all this kind of stuff. You know, there
many
is
millions
so
out of
many
work today in America?
6.6 million people
Registered
unemployed in the last week in the States. Now, to be fair to Mnuchin, he's just been announcing that for the next 8 weeks, there's enough money for companies to re-employ people for 8 weeks. But what I think you're going to see in these situations is most businesses and people are always running to the edge of their finances. Even affluent people, most people run their lives to the edge of their finances.
Yeah.
As soon as
We
you
all
kind
do.
of... So some
We
businesses
do.
will have seen this, unfortunately, as an opportunity to let people go because they can't actually afford them in the first place.
Exactly.
And this is the great... Daisy Collins, you're right. These numbers are equivalent to the Great Depression of the 1930s.
They really are.
I mean, we are going to enter a depression, and I think what we have to try and think about is the ways in which we can stay safe and help these governments rebuild or rerun or let the oxygen push through the economy.
Need that Suzanne Stone.
Suzanne
when are
Stone.
they going to get the fucking equipment sorted out?
Care
for
nursing
people
home where my niece works are still not following the rules. They are not working with PPE and even cross-contaminating. She's got a baby at home as well. What?
I've
There are
just seen a
nurses out in-
nurse. I've just
in
seen a
New
nurse
York.
in America
Yeah.
saying, "I'm going to war every day with
Yeah.
no protection." They got to sort.
I've had enough.
I mean, come on.
I've had enough. It's stressing me out.
All the factories that have been making clothes that we don't need, these throwaway clothes, get them working and making these sodding hazmat suits and gloves and effing. How different? Okay, I buy it that they can't get the chemicals because there's a global need for them to make these tests. But you can't make a plastic visor?
I know.
I mean, come on.
That's ridiculous.
I've just been looking on Amazon as caps with plastic visors. That would be better than nothing.
No, absolutely.
A nurse that follows us on here DM'd me and said, "You just won't believe what we're going through. We're going in day after day after day with an apron and a pair of gloves."
I tell you what,
That is unforgivable, and we've got to. We need to we need to be marching in the streets that we can't.
Didn't see that. No, look,
distancing.
Tracy Lindsay, the things are going up so fast and I still can't work out how to slow them down. Have you heard what Nanny said? Loads of young folk hanging out together near her, which is all the more reason,
Dangerous.
Mum, to wash your feet when you come back in if you've gone to the shops or go for your walks, your
People
exercise.
spitting on the pavement.
in the park.
I mean,
you know, just... You're right, Xander. The prison situation is a worry, and not just the
Terrible,
worry
the
for
prison
prison.
situation.
I think somewhere, is it in the UK, they've allowed all pregnant inmates, women obviously, to go home to leave
Right,
prison because of the endangerment to their babies. Can I just quickly say, I think the government has created a rod for their own back with these daily briefings. There's a feeling, you know, in a weird way, they're going to be constantly asked the same questions when perhaps there aren't any answers they can give. There's also then a need to give us something new that's significant. I mean, those first few were significant. Economic aid, the scale of the problem, the potential scale of the problem. But now we're kind of in the thick of it. There's not a lot for them to say. And what we're beginning to realise is, for some reason, I wonder, why are we having such a problem with all this kit coming in?
well, globally, everybody wants it. But come on. Okay, if you just think Primark is shut down, Next is shut down, Monsoon is shut down, they all have factories making their clothes. Surely we can pump that out. Surely people will be willing to work and pump that out. The other thing that's really, really pissing me off is... Oh, God, I forgot what it is now.
Oh, God, it must be really pissing you off. It's pissed you off so much, it's made your brain eclipse itself.
Yeah. Right. Get it straight about the masks, folks. We've been being told right from the beginning, don't wear masks, don't wear masks, don't wear masks. Masks will make it worse for you. Masks are seeping around the side. Now it's all starting to be, maybe we should be wearing masks.
Should we do some quiz questions?
Maybe they haven't said to us to wear masks, because they know they can't get us masks.
Well, because they know they're going to run out. I mean, the big thing is you're made to feel awful, rightly, if you get masks and protective equipment because you worry that someone in the medical profession isn't getting it. Well, then I think some of these NHS trusts need to head to the local post office near us and pick up the gloves that they're selling. It's getting ridiculous.
Todd the Bunny, did you see them cut the briefing short when the journalist asked Matt Hancock why he was so special? He was allowed a test when no one else is.
Ooh.
And they cut the conference short,
Did they? Did they? What was that?
We must demand a ban on wet markets in China that has started this.
Yeah.
Well done. Who was that said that? We must ban.
It's higher. Hang on. Do it.
I mean, the thing is, you can't ban another country from
Mel
doing
W
something.
has ordered a sewing machine so she can make masks.
Yeah, but how do you make... 3D printers make masks.
Do they?
I can't get my head around that.
No, I can't either. The conference was not cut short. It continued to stream on Twitter. BBC had the weather to do.
I did see Millie Parfitt when Trump said, use a scarf. Use a scarf. Run twice.
Yeah.
It was better than nothing, I suppose.
A load of gloves and masks are being left in the streets, Leo Vipeel, probably spreading disease. Yeah.
I know. That's the other thing that they're saying. Oh, my God. It's so important that you dispose of a mask properly.
Yeah. China have been buying the stocks. Well, I know for a fact that a lot of companies that are robust companies in America and the UK, that share prices have plummeted, the Chinese are buying them up. That must tell us something. If they're confident about something. It must also suggest that they're confident eventually it will go away. People making masks out of their bras. You posted something about that, didn't you? Anyway, I'm going to ask a quiz question because I'm really fed up and annoyed because I do feel like we're going 2 steps forward and then 46 steps back. Don't you? But it all sounds pretty chaotic in America at the moment. They're all standing up there and Trump's sort of standing in the background looking very knowledgeable.
I feel sorry for the Americans because it's just come... I don't know whether is it worse than ours, but it seems to have come so fast.
And
of course, we've just been watching the series The Pharmacist.
Oh my God.
I just didn't understand how bad the opiate... obviously we knew the opiate problems. But I didn't realise how bad it is, how vast it is. What's going to happen when it hits that area and all those people?
Well, I've always said, people who have diminished immune systems due to crack addiction or fentanyl, is it, and all that kind of, opium. As soon as it runs ragged through those communities, if you want to call them communities, you're going to have a mass culling on your hands. It's
Somebody's just said there, if Matt Hancock is out for isolation, why isn't Boris? Well, I think Boris is maybe a bit more unwell than we know, but obviously there's no way they can show the leader as being very unwell.
We just saw the governor or a Democrat or a politician in New Jersey, and he was very candid, wasn't he, about the situation there, just saying that they're all, it sounds like every area of America is up to has got about 5 days of ventilators left.
Really?
Yeah, it's not, it's not.
Amy Leith, sorry. Amy Leith, our local technical department at the secondary school are now making masks.
Well done,
Banff
Academy.
Academy. Whoa, good for you.
Banff Academy for you.
They are saying now, aren't they, the government, that they're going to use universities and use all sorts to do these tests, which I don't know why they didn't do beforehand.
Now, I know that we like to pick you up. I just said to Nadia before we went on live, I said, we try to be authentic and we can pick you up. Just today, I've just felt an increasing sense of frustration with a lack of information, contrary information. We did a lot of work today, which wasn't for the channel. You probably noticed there's only been a couple of lives and that's it. Because we were doing Confessions of a Modern Parent, which goes up tomorrow morning, all about
which
coronavirus.
I found really upsetting.
Nadia
took a lot. Our teenagers.
Yeah, it was very emotional.
It was really emotional.
Very emotional. And we shot the dishes ahead of time for the Sunday show, so that Sunday isn't such a bum scrum to get it done. And so consequently, but I've just, as I've been watching things, I just feel like there's almost too much information out there, and we don't know which of it to trust.
I just don't know what to believe anymore. These bumbling bloody press conferences where you just feel like they sort of say something, they throw us a little bone, don't they?
Yeah.
They throw us a little bone to chew on, but there's never any meat on it.
Millie Parfitt, no, I didn't see the footage in India. I choose not to think about India because I worry about India, that if it gets a really strong foothold there, what is happening there? I saw images from South Africa and it was total chaos. it looked to me like there was one policeman who they were filming who was trying to control the entire population.
Poor policeman.
I mean,
oh
he
my
looked
God, I
so
felt so. Fear the
stressed.
Walking Don says California's doing much better because they got the lockdown earlier.
Absolutely, but
New York.
Florida's only just introduced it, hasn't it?
Yeah.
Okay, well, I'm going to ask some quiz questions. Ladder now, Greg Jackson. I'm going to ask my question from up the ladder. Okay. Oh. Nads.
What?
The characters Billy Shears, Henry the Horse and Lucy are mentioned in songs on which famous 1960s album?
What?
The characters Billy Shears, Henry the Horse and Lucy are mentioned in songs on which famous 1960s album? Come on, guys. Come on, guys. Come on. Who's going to do it? Mark is the bruv from above. You're damn right. I'm the dove from above. The bruv from above. I love that. Anyone know? No, not Elvis. What album? Sergeant Pepper, Peggy Ward. Hang on, Peggy Ward has won.
Well done, Peggy Ward. Beth Patterson, good news. Lovely article about the hole in the ozone layer healing. Oh, God. Well, you know what? That's great news as well for our teenagers who at the moment must think, what's the point of all of it? The planet's not surviving. So that is good news.
Can I ask people, do you think we will end up being able to go on holiday again?
No.
Really?
I don't think we'll fly abroad again.
What do you think, guys? Do you think we'll
Not for a very long time.
Oh my God.
Because okay, we in the wealthy countries in the world will get vaccinated and all of that. But welcome Anita O'Reilly. But other countries aren't going to be able to do that to the same scale.
But how are countries like Greece or southern Spain going to cope without tourism?
Without tourism. I mean, it's just...
I mean, the knock-on effects are going to be catastrophic.
It's World War III. That's what it is. It's World War III. Is it not?
I mean,
the
are we
damage that
not
it's
going to
doing.
be able to go on holiday?
Look at my roots.
Oh, wait till tomorrow's vlog.
Look, guys.
Remarkable photo coming tomorrow.
Oh, it's so bad. I've got to find some more dye from somewhere.
Melanie B. Oh, Melanie B. You'll probably like this question. What were the spice names of the 5 Spice Girls? We need them all. Come on, guys, get typing. But we should start to maybe have like a big question and then people get a card from us or something. If you could post the bloody thing. Can you go to the post? I mean, I went to the post office the other day, but don't want to be going out. Holly, you're so right, Mark. How the scientific community communicates with the public is so important at a time like this to empower people to take responsibility for their own health.
Exactly.
And it's all so conflicting.
And CNN, they're running thing. We hear that you could get the coronavirus just from talking to somebody. And that's what they just keep putting out. And really, it wasn't really that when you got it. We all know it can be spread by droplets and it's just... scares the shit out of people.
Oh, look, they were fast. Who was the first? Who was the first to get their names right?
Oh, thank God, Suzanne Stone, I
Deborah
hope so.
Deborah Taylor, sporty baby, ginger, scary, posh. Someone said hairy. That was a good one. They're like the dwarfs, aren't they?
I met Victoria Beckham a few months ago and she was absolutely
Scary
lovely.
Spice pinched my bottom.
Oh, Scary Spice, she's been on lots on these women. She's a good laugh,
She
actually.
invited me up to a room in a hotel as well. That was a bit funny. Which book begins, it was the best of times, it was the worst of times, it was the age of wisdom, it was the age of foolishness. Come on, guys, for you literary fans out there, can I scroll that up so we make sure we get... Come on. If you get this right, I'll send you a card.
Your mum was walking around quoting this the other day.
It was the worst of times. A take of... I think you're right, Marcia Toms. A take of two cities. Yes, Marcia Toms. Yeah, there you go. I don't know how you can get an address to me, and at some point in the near to distant future, you can get a card from me. Don't know how I'm going to get it to you.
We could do messages to people.
We could do a message.
We could do voice messages.
Marcia
to
Toms.
That's
Marcia Toms, send us your Instagram handle if you have one. If you don't, sorry. But do send us your Instagram handle and we'll do
Mum answered Tale of Two Cities. I'm saying,
Nanny Di.
You were walking around quoting that the other day, weren't you?
Oh, Nanny Di, we're missing you. Why the fuck did you go home?
Silly cow.
You stupid
You
arse.
silly moo-moo.
Yeah. Okay, Mum, you're going to get this one. Oh, this is nice. I'm talking to my mum. Oh, I love you, Mum.
Really, that's
All the immigrants have been
awful.
walking for miles to get home and all congregate at the train station. Oh my God. What pronoun is also the title of a Stephen King novel that was made into a film? Very important film to this family. What
got bad news for you.
pronoun? What?
Somebody's just asked me to sing.
Oh, flipping hell. Who did that?
Some people like
Who
me
did
singing.
that? Peggy Ward. Again, Peggy. Sitting there in San Francisco. In the Bay Area.
San Francisco.
Tapping away like a nutter. Is it true that there are sharks in the bay around Alcatraz? Is that true? I'd like to know.
Somebody there says all of my family has lost their sense of smell.
Oh shit! I keep testing mine by eating really.
That's got. If you've all lost it, all of my family have lost our sense of smell. A bit concerned. Has that now been stated? But maybe you're just going to get it really mild and just lose your sense of smell.
Maybe.
That doctor, you know the doctor, they're twins, the two men. Oh, they're great. I love those two doctors. He completely lost his sense of taste and smell.
Did he?
And had like a cough, but only for a week. And he's back at work.
Fucking
Again,
hell.
7 days and back at work.
Crazy, isn't it? Crazy. Okay, here's a good one. What fraction of a penny was a farthing worth? What fraction of a penny was a farthing worth in pre-decimal Britain?
Ooh,
There you go.
I don't know.
I wouldn't have known that. Have you seen Joe Wicks being interviewed by Russell Brand today? I cried. No? There's two of my heroes. Did they interlock hair? Oh, hang on. We've got lots of... Maeve O'Dwyer. You're first. With quarter. Maeve O'Dwyer. Well done, you. Bloody hell.
Lots of people asking for singing. So because your throat's bad, why don't I do one drunk song and you've got to... Who beats? You've got to play against...
So I'm up against you guys.
Up against the subs.
Okay. I would, but my throat's a bit...
Yeah.
bleh.
Oh no, that would be too easy. Read out some comments, we'll have a think.
My teacher was making 60 scrubs. Sorry, where's that gone? Oh, that's... Stay in shot. You're just so attractive when you do it. I'm a little teapot.
Oh my God!
Boom! Beat you all.
He beat you guys.
Then
he beat
kiss
you.
Mark. Cazal Babe 64 says you have to kiss me.
No,
Why not just on the cheek?
no, you've got a persistent cough. Okay, one more then.
That's really drunk.
Yeah.
That's really drunk. I've got a lovely bunch of coconuts in the Naoki.
No,
Oh my God.
no. Oh, it was easy.
Superction says it's an attack on humanity. What? Coronavirus or her singing?
Come
Stop
on.
touching your face,
Sorry,
someone
I've
says.
got a
Stop
really
touching your
itch-
eye. If I was a rich man.
No.
Oh.
I've got a very itchy thing going on all over my body. It's very strange. Go on, Mark.
Tommy Cooper on crack, says
No,
Shelley Moss.
I'll give you
It's a
another
good
little
one.
blast.
Okay, Life is a Cabaret, Peggy
No.
Ward. Okay. Diamonds Are Forever. I'm a Londoner. Oh, I know it. Hey, Big Spender. Hey, Big Spender. No? Da, 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 da. One. What's it called?
Thrilling combination.
Every little step you take. All that jazz.
One. Thrilling combination.
Every move that I make, diddle-diddle-doo. One smile and suddenly nobody else will do. I feel, you know who we remind me of when I look at us?
No.
Morecambe and Wise.
Oh, God.
Yeah, you're the one with the little hairy legs.
That's true.
It's very true. Chorus line,
Yeah.
brilliant.
Hi from Miami, Florida. You two are hilarious. I love your videos.
I
Thank
feel,
you,
I feel
Chris.
I can reach to one. I'm going to do it over here.
On your ladder by any
On
chance?
the ladder. You ready?
No.
There you go.
I haven't got a bloody clue. Hey, big spender, Sasha
No,
Waters.
that was them saying it to you.
Oh, not ready. Why is the ladder there,
So I
Nadia?
can
Mel
go up
music.
it.
I don't know. He's got this sudden obsession with his ladder. He's up and down it all day.
It's a mad world. No, it's a man's world, Adina. Correct.
It's a man's world.
I'm suddenly feeling better. Very hot though. I've got a fever. Have you got a?
No,
Oh,
you have
no,
been jumping around.
Just gonna use my thermometer.
Climb every mountain.
Fucking
do you know
hell,
what we
guys.
have
When's
to-
it all going to stop?
You know what we've
Come
got to
on.
do tomorrow? We've got to organise our quiz night for Saturday night.
Oh, yeah. We're going to
Is
do
there
that.
any music we can dance to that YouTube won't shut us down for?
There's YouTube music. It's a bit music.
Is it?
Yeah. Please watch and review Tiger King and Popcorn Junkies. We will. As a box set
We're
binge,
loving
we're going to watch
Tiger
another
King.
one. We're going to go upstairs,
Yeah.
go to bed, probably start watching it and go... I really need to burp. Am I allowed to do that?
You can burp.
Okay, I'll do it off camera. Anyway, guys, we love you so much. Thank you for all of your fun. Mum, you're an Edwardian squirrel. You're an inebriated gerbil. Have a cappy woo on me. Ciao, Bella.
Ciao. And guys, if you're new to the channel, please subscribe and hit the notification bell. Don't miss out on all the content.
Check out Maddie's Instagram. I think she may still be singing. She's singing
check
live
her out.
in her room. It's just, we stand outside her room sobbing. All right, guys.
Bye, guys.
Bye.